Hey, I just want to make a really quick, unscripted, impromptu video here. This isn't going to be anything fancy. A lot of people are asking me what I thought about last night's debate. I made kind of a joke video this morning about what I thought of last night's debate, and it wasn't a very positive one. It was something that I was pretty much saying I have lost a lot of hope now. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here in the corner. But a lot of people said, well, what do you really think? What was really good and what was bad about last night's debate? Well, there wasn't much good about last night's debate, period. I don't think either one of the candidates won anything. And both of the candidates did some really bad things. Now, Hillary Clinton, as far as she's concerned, the bad thing was that she was Hillary Clinton. She was what I expected her to be. I hate Hillary Clinton with a passion. I can't even explain it. It's just like, ooh, it's like, flames, like Madeline Kahn would say, But I can't explain how much I hate her. Just can't. But don't like her. And I think her worst moment came when Trump was actually hitting her on trade. That was the one thing he did right last night. Is he hit her on trade. She was for NAFTA. And no matter what she says now, she was for NAFTA. She said it was the golden standard for trade deals. And it has been horrible for this country. And it was never meant to be good for this country. It was meant to be good for big business, not our country. And he said, you will pass TPP if you get elected. And she kind of glossed over it and went on. She never said, no, I will not pass TPP, because she will. And to me, that's the worst thing. That's the thing people should have latched onto right there, is that she will pass TPP. Everything else about her, everybody already knows. But this thing that she's trying to pretend like she won't pass TPP and she's not free trade, she's not pro big business, pro Wall Street, which she definitely is. That's her biggest weakness right now. And I thought that Donald Trump going after her on that was his best moment and her worst moment. But let's talk about the bad moments for Donald Trump last night that kind of disheartened me. And it wasn't so much that he was being Donald Trump, like a lot of people are like, oh, he was being a little bit too much Donald Trump. I don't think he was enough Donald Trump. I think the trying to stifle himself is what made him look a little awkward and act a little awkward. I think he should have been more Donald Trump, but I think he should have avoided a couple of things that he fell into hard. For one, I'm not even talking about when he got defensive about things he said before, or how he denies posts that tweets he's made before, like when he said that global warming was made up by Chinese. That's on public record that he tweeted that. You can't go and deny it in a debate, but you should just stick to either what you said before or say you've changed your mind. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is how he alienated what I think are some people that he definitely needs. Both of them needed to win voters last night. Hillary Clinton needed to win voters. She didn't win a single voter. But I don't think she lost any voters either, and she's ahead right now, so she can afford to do that. Donald Trump needed to gain some voters, and where he needed to gain voters most were with minorities and with college-educated people, college-educated women specifically. And he didn't do well at that last night. One of the things he said that really bothered a lot of minorities and bothered me and a lot of other people that are constitutionalists is that he supports stop and frisk. There is nothing constitutional about stop and frisk. Stop and frisk is basically police targeting whoever they want to target without probable cause, without reasonable suspicion. Even the basic Terry stops require reasonable suspicion. You cannot be doing this. You cannot be supporting this if you're a constitutionalist. So he's obviously not a constitutionalist if he supports stop and frisk. That lost him some voters, I think. I think that's going to cause some people that were Trump up till now to go Johnson. To this point, Johnson has been getting primarily Clinton votes. I think now he's going to be getting some Trump votes for statements like that. And that definitely didn't win over minorities, because minorities hate stop and frisk. The other thing he said that really bothered me the most as a gun owner was when Hillary Clinton was talking about gun control, and she talked about no fly, no buy, and how Donald Trump was like, I completely agree with Clinton. So basically what he was saying is, I agree that the government should be able to make a secret list with no due process, and anyone on that list should be denied their constitutional rights simply because the government says so, with no real recourse for getting off that list. That's what he said when he supports the no-fly, no-buy list. Because the no-fly list is a completely unregulated list that the government keeps with no oversight, and you have no recourse once you're on it whatsoever. Even if you try to file an appeal, it takes years before they even look at your appeal and then schedule you to come to the Senate and talk to people, which isn't really going to happen and isn't going to work out for you. So I can't support that at all. Now, I'm not saying Hillary Clinton is a better candidate now than Donald Trump, or that I even want Hillary Clinton to win, because I definitely don't. What I'm saying is that Donald Trump didn't do what he needed to do to win the voters he needed to win last night. And like I say, it wasn't because he was being Donald Trump. It was because he just said some stupid things that make him seem like he's not pro-gun, he's not pro-constitution. In the next debate, he needs to get over that hurdle and have a chance to maybe hopefully do some damage control and fix that. But right now, my only question is the damage done? Are the people that were barely supporting him now going to go third party or maybe even stay home?